If you have a daughter and you're thinking of books, especially a preteen daughter, and you're thinking of some books that you'd like her to read, like books that can help her prepare for a beautiful and bright future. Okay, so but like books that I just think are really cool for daughters to read right now, especially if you have a preteen daughter, because I have my own daughter reading it. That is why we are here. Hi, welcome to Nest Telly. I am Nez. If this is your first time, please subscribe, like, and then let me know what is happening with you. And as a parent, what's happening with you with your kids. I am sorry I don't have anything for boys yet. I think I should do one for boys, but I don't have a boy, so I don't know. I'm not mentally, and I grew up in a house of all girls. That sounds like an excuse. I need to do something about that. I'll ask the boy parents I know around me, the books that they would recommend. Then I can let you know. Okay, but what I have here is for girls. So here they are. They are just 4 books. Simple enough book, no big deal. There are multiple other books that my daughter reads, but I feel like for now, if you have a preteen, it's good to read for them to pay attention to all of this. Okay, so let us start with this one. Priceless Facts About Money by Mellody Hobson. Mellody Hobson is a big deal. Like, I feel like if you know, you know. One of the things I like about this book is it's so, like, I'll do an up close so you can see. It is so easy to read. But the thing is that it is teaching kids about, like, money, history of money, investing, like this, how it works, what it is. Those of us that have at least tried to invest, save money, have been able to work our way around this money game. We know for sure that money is not actually, that the physical money is not really where the wealth is. So this book will actually open your kid. Okay, this is actually not for it's not specific to a girl. A girl and a guy could actually read this. Okay, yeah. So this you can get even for your boy. They can read this. I bought this for her when she was 9 years old. And it's one of my favorite books till now, and that's why I've kept it. Most times when she outgrows a book, I will give it out. But this she loves, and she still reads till now. Occasionally she still goes through it, and she she remembers things. Now you have to remember when I talk of these books, one of the things I love the most about my daughter children reading is that it grows curiosity in them. So you're going to get asked a lot of questions. The answer. So things that you didn't even know. Like imagine with this money thing, if you're not someone that didn't understand the head and tail of investing in something like this, a treasury bills, suddenly you're thinking, what is treasury bills? Because your daughter is like, yeah, auntie, what is mommy, what is treasury bills? And you're like, I think it's, so it's like you have to kind of find out what it is, how it works. You have to actually go to a bank. Like I did that with my kid. We went to the bank, and then because I'd kind of been rolling over money with her, her own money with treasury bills. So it's like I had to take her to the bank and show her the process so she can see what it's like and what happened. Like when we got the printout, I showed her this is what it was, this is the tax, this is the interest, and all that. So that's what books like this would do. Okay, so I would say for a boy or a girl, they should read this book. I'm talking of preteens. An older person can read it too. I'm not gonna lie, an older person can read it, but an older child, can also read that. You as a parent, you can also read it. Okay, first of all, let me disclaimer. I forgot to put a disclaimer. Read the books before you let your children read. Do you understand? Read the book first before you give it to your kids to read, so that you can have an idea what you're working with. And then there's some things that you may not you may not be 100% comfortable with. Okay, so this is number 1. Number 2 is, let me talk about that one now. The ones that I had to pin out some pages for this one, and that's this one. Okay, so this one is the Smart Girl's Guide to Growing Up. This is very girl, because this smart girl. This is a girl book. Okay, girly book. Okay, so this thing is prepare children for things like periods, body changes, friendship, relationships, and all that. And I'm someone that, because I don't know, I always like, from when my daughter is a child, I kind of already gave her sexual education. Does that make any sense? I was someone that always taught her things like, how to protect herself, how to know when somebody is being predatory in nature as an adult, as a child, and then most importantly, learning to speak up. She's someone that I've never had to shush, thank God. So it's like the strangest things can happen to her. She doesn't say, this person, I didn't really like it, So it's like I have taught her, do you understand, to be honest about those exchanges, knowing to cut people off that starts being boundary problematic, So she already knew that. However, transitioning to me now, explaining to her things about the way the world looks at things like sex, the way the world has warped the entire thing. Do you understand? The thing about, words that I use, love, things like kisses, things like, all those type of things, what do they mean? We know that, she's a preteen, But the thing is that we know that by the time those teenage years come, hormones are going to just flood her, and all that. So it's like by the time that time comes, how attentive is she going to be to what I have to say? Yes, and because I will say she might listen, she might hear me and just, but she can just do what she wants to do. I really reject it because nah, I don't have energy for all that. Anyway, but that's where this book comes in. This book is a great, I bought this one when she was 9 years old. So it's a great educator of random, things that happen to the child's body, So even things like sleep, she started learning to be on board with sleeping because she knows that when you hit puberty, they understand sleep actually helps a lot. You have very high energy, but you also get tired very easily. Then things like all the mood swings, when the period shows up, your consciousness, like the way you're conscious, the way your mind tends to blow up something that's not that big a deal, all those type of things come into play. And that's what I liked about this book. Now, there were some pages I actually pinned out because at 9 years old, I thought they were too grown for her. They understand. The woman actually explained what sex actually is. She didn't explain sex. She explained the performance of sex. They understand. They were like, okay, a boy and a girl, they do, and they even went on to say, oh, a girl can do it with a boy can do it. I'm like, I don't think I'm ready to have a conversation with her yet. I'm not ready to like let it be like this. I'm not ready to say it like this. So if you look at it, there are like 2 or 3 pages that I just pinned out. I don't want to frighten her just yet. So that is why I said that it makes sense that you read the book before you give your kid to read. But this is a very, very easy book. Okay, so these 2 books, I got this from Amazon. I've checked everywhere in Nigeria. This one, when I was reading, like 3 or 4 parents literally told me, please come and sell. Like they told me buy it and sell it to me. They want to buy it because this topic, this growing up puberty situation and the chaos that it seems to be is something a lot of parents struggle with. A lot of us, because a lot of us were not raised. Weren't told. We had to figure this out ourselves. But we know, because of the dangers that we saw in our lives and the lives of the people that we love, we know that it's important that we tell our children this thing, but we still don't know how to do it without sounding too overly or just overdoing or doing it wrong or doing it right. We don't know. So a lot of parents get on saying, please, when, the Smart Girl's Guide to Growing Up, please let me know, to growing up. Do you understand? So I'm still trying to arrange this. Once I can get them, I'm going to sell it. So I guess I'll put it once it's available, I'll put a link here. But at the moment, it's available on Amazon. So if you're outside the country, you're a lucky person, you can get it. The same thing with this one. This one came out. I bought this like a month after it had come out. So I don't know yet if it's anywhere else. If it is, you'll see it on the text here. I'll check before I post it. Okay. But as of when this book I had bought it wasn't anywhere else. I didn't see it anywhere in Nigeria. They had just come out and they happened to be available on Amazon, and I ordered them and they came in. So these 2. Next one is How to Be Safe on the Internet. This book, we were lucky that it was given to us as a gift. I think we went to a friend's house or went to an event, and they just said, oh, let them give this. Like my kid got this when she was like 4 years old. So it's like we kept it. She didn't have access to this until she was like maybe 7, before I was ready to like, give her the proper answers that I thought she would need with this. This, I think, is not just for preteens. I feel like from 5 years old, once your child can understand reading well and you can answer the questions that come with things that concern the internet, I think you should get this book for them. It's written by Nomthi Odukoya. Odukoya is the name I remember. I don't know who Nomthi is. Okay, but again, I'll open it so that you can see the book well. I think this book is written behind, supported by Google. That's why I took it seriously. So when I read it through and I was like, okay, this is something that is great that a kid knows. This brought up a lot of questions in conversations in my house. Now, when it comes to social media, even till now, my daughter says she's a preteen. She's still someone that I try to control her social media consumption. She has access once a week. Do you understand? That day is YouTube day. And even with that, there's a structure to what she can look for on YouTube. She cannot just go there and start checking for everything. Yes, I thought that after this, you have to come and explain to me, what did you learn today from YouTube? So she goes there, studies science. That's how she got interested in space. She has had this since she was 4 years old. That's how she got interested in space. Now she's saying she wants to be an astronaut. She got interested in medicine. She got interested in body part. That's it. So it's like she learns this type of things, and she has learned to also, now of course now she's 10, but she has learned to pay more attention to kid-friendly content. those type of things. So things like drawing, she's interested in drawings. Things like plants. Now she's into insects too. She likes studying insects. So that's it. So it's like, instead of just allowing your child to just stay and be this thing, that's another thing you can do. But that being said, I've also taught her to be safe on the internet. So it's like she knows there's some people that she shouldn't bother responding to. There's something. So like when something stupid happens online, instead of her to try to respond immediately, she comes and tells us, and then we'll sit down and, oh, are you serious? Ooh and ah on the matter with her. That makes more sense than doing this thing. So how to be safe on the internet? This book, I will put the link as to where to buy it, because I saw it again on social media like a year or two after this has come out. I hope it still exists. Because this book, I found it it raised a lot of wonderful conversations, even down to things like betting. So today we still discuss betting and things like casino behavior, because of the way life is. But it's like being attentive to who you listen to, understanding what bullying is, how to handle it, what you should do. But this was very nice. Okay, it's dated. You can call it outdated, but I think that is a great conversation starter. Is a great way for you to educate your child on how to deal with social media, because like I said, you have a gift now, but it's like by the time they're like 16 or 15, they're going to have their own phones, and they have to be able to have a good enough relationship with being online. This will help. Okay, so last, definitely not the least, my book of periods. Now I'm doing something shady here, and that is I am recommending a book without reading it. This book, I bought it when my daughter was I think 6 years old, and I haven't read it. I literally just pulled it out from the shelf today. I was like, because I bought this book, I wasn't ready for her to read it yet. So I'm going to start reading it today, and I'll tell you everything you need to know. But it is written by Chinekwu Oreh. I think it was either COVID year or the year after COVID. I happened to be online. This was in the ads. I just saw this in editorial, and I was like, this is nice. Real life stories that teach you all you need to know about periods. And it's supposed to be for her, my daughter. But I'm going to read it first, right? So that when she reads it and she asks questions for me, we can speak the English. I don't know who. Okay, so it said Chinekwu Oreh is a PhD, is a multiple award-winning public health pharmacist and a development specialist with close to 2 decades of industry experience. She has a master's in public health from London School of Hygiene and tropical medicine. Okay, so she's about, she does things like vaccinology. Anyway, she founded That Healthy African Girl. Okay, so it sounds like she's a big deal here. I'll do more research on her, but what I liked about this book then when I bought it was that it was just something that would be so easy, like so easy to read. So you just read them, you'll be fine. And I liked that. So yeah, that's it. My book of periods stories. I think this is going to be very helpful to a girl. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And then if you have any book that you think that should be recommended for boys, you can keep it in the preteen boys, put it in the comment section. And then if there are more that you also used and you have a girl, do you understand? I think that I should also try and get it, because I'm also looking for more that I can read, and then I should get her to read, and all that. Let us know. Thank you so much for watching. See you.